Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing absolutely great. Welcome to our channel, where we don't just teach English. We inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Today, we're going to talk about a book, one of my favorite books of all time. It has changed millions of lives, and if you understand it deeply and apply its lessons, it can change your life too. People often say, a book is worth $1 million. Why? Because an author spends a lifetime learning, experiencing, struggling, and finally succeeding. Then he puts all that wisdom into a single book. Think about this. If you could sit with a successful person and listen to their life experiences, wouldn't that be life-changing? Well, that's exactly what a book does. It gives you access to the best minds in the world. And I will explain this book in a very simple way, with clear examples and deep explanations, so that you not only understand it, but also feel motivated to apply these habits in your life. Books are not just about information, they are about transformation. The advice in this book can change the way you think, the way you act, and the way you see the world. I've said this before. All successful people read books. They know that books shape your mindset, build your knowledge, and open doors to new opportunities. So, make sure to subscribe to our channel because it won't just improve your English. It will help you build a powerful mindset for success. The book is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Let's go through each habit, one by one. Habit 1. Be proactive. This is the foundation of all success. It teaches you that you are responsible for your life. Most people live in reaction mode. If something bad happens, they blame others. If they fail, they complain. If they don't get what they want, they give up. But successful people don't do that. They take control. They understand. Even if they can't control everything, they can always control how they respond. There are 2 kinds of people. 1. Reactive people. They blame others for everything. If they fail an exam, the teacher didn't teach well. If they don't get a promotion, my boss is unfair. If they're unhappy, life is unfair. They believe that life happens to them, and they have no control over it. 2. Proactive people. They take full responsibility. If they fail, I didn't study enough. I'll do better next time. If they don't get a promotion, I need to improve and show my value. If they're unhappy, what can I do to change this? Example. Imagine 2 friends, James and Daniel. James wakes up late, scrolls through social media, rushes to work, gets stuck in traffic, and blames the traffic for being late. When his boss scolds him, he gets angry and frustrated. Now Daniel, he wakes up early, he exercises, leaves for work on time. Even if there's traffic, he stays calm. He knows he did his part. Who do you think will succeed? Daniel. Because he's proactive. He doesn't let the outside world control him. How to apply this habit? Stop blaming others. Take back your power. Ask yourself, what can I do to make it better? Control your reactions. You can't control what others say, but you can control how you respond. If you start practicing this habit, your whole life will begin to change. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. This habit teaches you, have a clear vision. If you don't know where you're going, how will you ever reach success? Imagine going on a road trip. Would you just start driving without a destination? Of course not. You'd check the map, plan your route, and follow the right direction. But in life, many people don't do this. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, and repeat, without knowing where they're headed. Stephen Covey, the author, says, "Everything is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Before a house is built, an architect draws the blueprint. Before a business is born, the founder imagines the vision. Before success happens, it's first visualized." Example: Cristiano Ronaldo, when he was a child, told his mother, "One day, I'll be the best footballer in the world." That was his vision, and he worked every day to turn it into reality. How to apply this habit? Define your goals. Be specific. Visualize success. Every morning, make decisions that align with your vision. Exercise. Imagine it's your funeral. People are talking about your life. What do you want them to say? He was kind, hardworking, and successful? Or, he wasted his life? That answer will tell you what kind of a life you want to build. If you live with the end in mind, you'll have direction and purpose. Habit 3. Put first things first. Imagine a big glass jar. You have large rocks, pebbles, sand, and water. Your goal: fit them all in the jar. If you start with water and sand, there's no room left for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, then the pebbles, then the sand, and finally the water, everything fits perfectly. That's how life works. The big rocks, they are the most important things. Your health, your relationships, your goals, your dreams. The pebbles, your job, daily tasks, responsibilities. The sand and water, distractions, social media, gossip, wasted time. Most people fill their life with sand and water. They scroll, they binge watch, they worry. And by the time they think about their goals, there's no space left. But successful people, they put the big rocks in first. Important versus urgent. Urgent, but not important. Replying to messages. Attending unnecessary meetings. Important, but not urgent. Exercising, reading. Working on your dreams. Most people live reacting to urgency. Successful people focus on what truly matters. Example: John wakes up, checks his phone, scrolls Instagram, and loses an hour. David wakes up, works out, reads, and learns something new. After 1 year, who wins? David, because he put first things first. John was busy, but not productive. David was focused and purposeful. How to apply this habit? Write down your big rocks, your most important things. Schedule them first. Eliminate distractions. If you master this habit, you will become unstoppable. Habit 4. Think win-win. You encourage your teammates. You divide tasks fairly, and you help each other succeed. Everyone feels appreciated, and the project becomes a success. Which approach will lead to better results in the long run? Win-win. Win-win people build strong relationships, powerful networks, and long-term success. A win-win boss helps his employees grow, so they stay loyal and motivated. A win-win business owner focuses on serving customers, so his business thrives. A win-win leader creates opportunities for others, so he becomes respected and influential. Selfish people may win in the short term, but they lose in the long run. How to apply this habit in your life? Stop competing with others. Success is not a competition. There is enough for everyone. Look for mutual benefits. In every situation, ask yourself, how can we both win? Support others. The more you help others, the more successful you will become. The world is not a battlefield. Life is not about winners and losers. It's about creating opportunities where everyone wins. If you develop a win-win mindset, you will build stronger relationships, greater success, and a more fulfilling life. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. One of the biggest reasons people fail in relationships, in business, and in life is because they don't truly listen. Most people don't listen to understand. They listen to reply. When someone is talking, they're just waiting for their turn to speak. They're thinking about their own opinion, their response, their argument. They don't actually hear what the other person is saying. But successful people do the opposite. They first seek to understand, then to be understood. Why is this habit so powerful? Imagine a doctor who prescribes medicine before diagnosing the disease. A patient walks in and says, "Doctor, I have pain," and the doctor hands them a random pill. No questions, no diagnosis. That's dangerous. Yet, this is exactly what we do in conversations. We judge before understanding. We give advice before listening. We assume we know everything without hearing the full story. And because of that, relationships break, misunderstandings grow, and people feel unheard. There are 4 types of listeners. Ignoring listening. You pretend to listen, but your mind is elsewhere. Selective listening. You only hear the parts that interest you. Attentive listening. You hear the words, but not the emotions. Empathic listening. You listen deeply. You understand the emotions, the perspective, the unspoken pain behind the words. Most people stop at level 2 or 3. But if you want to be truly effective, practice empathic listening. A powerful example. Imagine a teenage boy comes home and says, "I hate school. I want to drop out." Most parents react, "What? That's ridiculous. You must study. Stop being lazy." But they never ask, why? Why does the child feel this way? Now imagine a parent who practices habit 5. They say, "I see you're upset. Tell me what's going on. Help me understand." Now the child feels heard. He says, "I'm being bullied. I feel alone. I don't understand anything." Now there's connection. Now there's healing. That is the power of listening. How to apply this habit in your life. Listen with the intent to understand, not to reply. When someone talks to you, don't think about your response. Just listen. Put yourself in their shoes. Ask, how do they feel? Why do they think this way? Ask deeper questions. Tell me more. What do you mean? How do you feel about it? The moment you start listening with your heart, not just your ears, your relationships will transform. People will trust you more. They'll open up to you. You will become a person of great influence. Habit 6, synergize. This habit is the secret of unstoppable teams, powerful relationships, and extraordinary success. Synergy means the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine 2 people trying to move a heavy rock. If they push separately, they struggle. But if they push together in the same direction, the rock moves easily. That is synergy. Why most people fail at this habit? They want to do everything alone. They think, if I want it done right, I have to do it myself. I don't trust others. No one can do it as well as me. But this mindset is limiting. The most successful people understand the power of teamwork. They know when the right people come together, they can achieve miracles. The 3 types of people. Dependent. They rely on others for everything. They blame others. They feel helpless. Independent. They take full responsibility for their life, but they try to do everything alone. Interdependent. They're confident and collaborative. They work with others, share ideas, and create something bigger than themselves. Most people think independence is the goal, but interdependence is the true success. Imagine you're building a house. Alone, it might take years, but with a team, an architect, a carpenter, a plumber, the house gets built faster, stronger, and better. Synergy is why great companies exist. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple alone. Elon Musk doesn't build rockets alone. Every great success story is a team effort. How to apply this habit in your life? Work with people who complement your strengths. If you're great at ideas but weak at execution, find a partner who is great at execution. Respect different perspectives. Don't see differences as problems. See them as strengths. Think win-win. The best partnerships are when both sides grow. The most successful people don't try to do everything alone. They build strong teams, powerful relationships, and valuable partnerships. The moment you start working with others effectively, you will achieve far more than you ever could alone.